This deep dive, we're looking at alarm code 21.
And in the manual, you'll see it as the cooling cycle check.
Right, but for technicians in the field, it's really known as a prevent alarm, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's basically the unit giving you a heads up, a polite little tap on the shoulder before things get serious.
And the trigger is fascinating. It's almost a logical paradox.
It is. The unit is set to cool mode. It's trying to bring the temperature down.
But the sensors are actually reporting a heating temperature differential. So it's getting warmer.
Exactly. The air coming out is warmer than the air going in. The unit's computer, the ECU, just knows that the math is wrong. Something's not right.
And you absolutely cannot ignore this one. The source material is really clear on the escalation path here. Code 21 is, it's strike one.
It is. Because if that same condition happens a second time cool mode, but it's heating up, the system stops being polite.
And it throws alarm code 23.
The cooling cycle fault. And that's not a warning. That's a full shutdown to protect the cargo.
You often see those two paired in the logs then. But the source also mentions a few others that can show up, like alarm code 84 and 85.
Yeah, restart null and forced unit operation. Those tell the bigger story. They show the unit was really struggling, it was trying to force itself to run, and probably failing to restart. It's a whole cascade of errors.
Now, there's a huge trap here that the manual points out. For any fleets that have disabled their restarts.
Oh, this is a big one. If restarts are turned off, you don't get the code 21 warning.
At all.
Not at all. It jumps right over it. The first time the fault happens, bang, you get code 23 and a shutdown. You lose your buffer zone.
So that makes the diagnostics really high stakes. The very first step, and the manual is emphatic, is to put the wrenches down.
Absolutely. Step one is data. Hook up WindTrack. Download that Service Watch data logger. You have to see the unit's vital signs, the pressures, the temperatures at the exact second that alarm was set.
The data tells you when, but the physical check tells you why. So let's walk through that. Step one is just verifying that temperature differential.
You have to. Are the sensors telling the truth? Is the discharge air really warmer, or is a sensor just, drifting out of calibration?
Which brings us right to sensor grades.
Yeah.
I think this is a step that gets overlooked a lot.
So often. A sensor's grade is its calibration profile. If you swap out a sensor and you don't set the new grade in the microprocessor, it's basically doing math with the wrong numbers.
So it'll read the temperature incorrectly and can trigger a false code 21.
Exactly. A simple configuration error can look like a major refrigeration problem.
Okay, so once we trust our sensors, we move to the refrigerant itself, check the levels, put the gauges on.
Yep. See if you even have enough gas in the system to do the job. Low charge is such a common culprit. No refrigerant, no cooling. Simple as that.
But sometimes the system is fine, and it's the environment that's the problem. The notes specifically call out short cycling from blocked airflow.
Ah, the classic cardboard box problem. Someone loads the trailer right up to the ceiling, blocks the return air path.
So the cold air just shoots out of the discharge and gets sucked right back into the return.
Right. And the unit thinks, wow, job done, it's already cold. And it shuts the cycle down way too early, or it just can't get proper airflow across the coil to begin with.
The air path is just as critical as the refrigerant path.
Absolutely.
And finally, if the charge is good and the air is moving, we have to look at the valves.
You've got to force them into action. Use the service text mode or the interface board test mode. Don't just assume a valve is working. Command it open, command it closed. Listen for that click.
It all comes back to this being a prevent alarm then. Code 21 is the unit's way of inviting you to fix a blocked airway or a bad sensor grade while the cargo is still safe.
That's the whole point. It's the difference between a 5-minute fix in the yard versus a middle-of-the-night emergency call on the highway with a shutdown unit.
A smart machine gives you a warning. A smart technician listens. We'll see you on the next deep dive.